Okay, well, my video just ended because it hit the size limit. Onwards. As I was saying, usually it's not that bad when you're... Why did I paint those claws purple? I'm so dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. Okay. It's like, usually when you're doing details, it's just like dry brush or feather brush. Dry brush is usually pretty simple. You just get a very small amount on the brush and you just lightly go over the details you want to dry brush, and it'll hit like the top ridges and absolutely nothing else if you do it correctly. Excuse me. This guy knows this guy wasn't it? Yep, here it is. Yeah, maybe I should make a painting guide, like how to do certain paints, like feather brushes. The only really fancy ones I know are feather brushes and dry brushing, and I know nothing else. So, whoopity doo. I'm so smart. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, maybe I could do that. That'd be cool. That'd be real cool. Okay, I can finally frickin' move on. Yeah, I'll just put this right here off to the side. Keep it organized. I don't know how technicals work, but usually if you don't know how they work, you sometimes just have to shake them up. Like the shiny ones, shake those up and such. And if it, generally, like if you look at it and it looks like it's multiple colors, definitely shake it up. If it has multiples in there. I usually shake up the shades. Oh, wow. Technical's a lot thicker than I thought it was. Oh no, it works fine. It's just... Oh, so you can use it to like shape the terrain. That's cool. That's why it's technical, because you can like sort of shape terrain with it. Creates a sort of porous terrain. So you want lots of this stuff. First time using technical paint. All I know is that it called for this to be used on the base, so... At the rim of the base is Steel Legion Drab. Yeah, that's cool. That way it creates the sort of same porous design as the base normally has. So it's the same regardless of whether or not you're putting anything, whether or not you're painting it. But I'm going to paint it because this is what the Citadel guide said to paint it. Because apparently it looks better. I don't know. I guess it might like look nice with the color scheme or something. Brown. Don't see anything particular that would go with the color scheme, and I'm in art class. So, yeah. Oh, it's only been 5 minutes since I started this. It seems like it's been like almost, it's about to hit max capacity. Ow, I just stabbed myself with that thing's tail. You, Mr. Hormigaunt, have sharp bits, and they're really pointy. I shifted the frickin' table again. I'm gonna go definitely tell Father how technical paints work in a minute, because we were looking at some. Because we didn't know what they did. We have one dry brush paint, like a specific dry brush paint. I didn't even know those existed. Because I always just knew, oh, you just use paint and then you just use dry brushing techniques. Which is similar to feather brushing if you know what one is and not the other. I think you probably learn what dry brushing is before you do feather brushing, because feather brushing is like dry brushing but more advanced. Dry brushing, you just go over parts you want to dry brush very lightly with very small amount of paint. And it just gets like the very top ridges. Feather brushing, you flatten out your brush in a weird way, and then you do like that with very little paint, and it makes the edges have like streaks on it. It's pretty cool. Have I done you? Yes. You? Yes. You? No. I have done that one. Have I done you? No. Put the paint on. I was like, oh wait, it's not changing color. I wonder why. Oh yeah, because I already painted that one. I'm so dumb. Whatever. Okay, that's all the bases. Main part of the base painted. Hey, Father. I figured out how technical paints work.
15 minutes for that. Yeah. Tired or just one get? Okay.
I figured out how technical paint works.
Okay.
So see this?
Real quick before I forget, 15 minutes till dinner.
Okay. Technical paint. So you see this? This is technical paint. As you can see by that, when you open it up, it looks really weird for a paint. Really coarse. You use it on bases, and you know how the base, if you look, normally seems pretty coarse, right? It recreates that same texture, so it's easier to glue things to.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm assuming it is, because that's what it did when I painted it.
Did you?
It created the same texture.
Okay.
So now I'm moving on to this paint.
So when you put these on here, they should sit. Okay, good. They are.
They do. One of them, yeah, they do if they're on a perfectly level surface. Some of them, like if it's like off by like 3 degrees or more, it just does not tolerate it.
Okay.
But
do me a favor, put down a piece of paper underneath that, because I do use this for gaming.
Oh yeah, I should do that. Could you? Here, there's a paper towel right there. Yeah. Gotta be careful because I got a big fat load of wash. There we go. Of a wash on here.
Okay.
Yeah, like this one, just by putting it on this little paper towel, the slight thing that it that the slight change in degrees is already pushing it off, making it imbalanced. That's how crazy it is.
Okay.
It's absurd. I could just slather that on here. Gonna need a lot of you, sir. My fingers are getting so messy from this. I'm assuming that's food.
Yep.
Okay, I'll head up in a
Well,
sec.
we still got a little bit of time.
Okay. I'm assuming to let it cool down or something. Okay, that one's like definitely shifted at some point. I'm pretty sure it was while it was solidifying the glue, because it shouldn't be sticking out that far. I mean, they stick out a little bit, but not that far. Especially considering that thing's like practically touching the ground at this point. I think that if we're gonna run out of any of them first, it's gonna definitely be Druchii Violet, because that was the one that we spilled on the table and lost like half of that one time. So we might have to get that in the future, because this one's already at like half tank, and we haven't really made much of it. I haven't really made much of an impact yet from the short time I've been using it right now. But still, even beforehand, it didn't take a lot. It does. Don't use it too quickly. But oof, that thing just the amount of paint in there dropped drastically when we what should we call it? English words come to me. I can't think of English. Whatever. Oh, Father. This one person had created a color wheel by painting it and had labeled which paints they used for the things, and I recognized them as things from Citadel paints. Like ultramarine blue, cadmium red, cadmium yellow. There's also lemon yellow, but I'm not sure if that was from there, but probably could be. Because there's like ultramarine blue, another type of blue that I couldn't read, and some conglomeration of letters red. Which, I mean, that's pretty standard with most things, especially when they have to deal with the demons and Warhammer. Excuse me. Just let's put like 50,000 different letters together and figure out how to pronounce it, and that's definitely what we're calling it.
get washed up.
Just give me one last second.
All right, winner.
Okay, ending this off here. I'll continue this in a little bit.
Winter.